Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Tower of God Chapter 429, or Season 3, Episode 12, I think we're finally at. I loved it. This chapter was the story about how Jordan is the best, and I love it. It was so good. This chapter was even better than last week's. It was great. I even, on the reaction, I got 4 or 5 comments either saying, "Oh, Jordan is so great, I love him," or "Everybody likes Jordan already." Something along those lines. I love it. It's great. It's amazing. It's the best. Yeah, let's talk about it start to finish. A lot happened, and it was really, really good and fun to read. Yeah, starting from the beginning, we learned that the names of Kan Hong's 2 friends that have died, I would assume they died, I'd assume they're done, are Luca and Ryan, either way. They're dead, so fuck Paul. I don't like this guy. He has a cool design and all, but screw this guy. He killed these innocent characters that, had potential. Yeah, screw him. But Deng Deng and Vargarf don't seem to recognize him, so it's not like he's been here anytime recently, because they're both like, is he one of us? He's a canine guy. Who is he? So Deng Deng and Vargarf don't seem to immediately recognize him. So then we get the confirmation with Jordan and Colden that it is now early in the morning, because of course it started at midnight. And since it's so early in the morning, Yama's still sleeping. He didn't wait up for this competition or anything. Yama's still sleeping, and Jordan and Colden are kind of the first ones out of the gate. They wanted to get an early start. So Colden goes to check on the Fang because they're worried about the Elders team. And I think this is cool, showing that Jordan and Colden, well, they're obviously close, they're working together and stuff. But most importantly, that they are kind of worried about the Elders team. They don't know what's going on with them. So I like that they're bringing up them as a potential threat. And Jordan goes to find Bomb. So then back to Bomb and Akryung, and he didn't just knock his mask off, he bisected him. Bomb was going to kill him, but Akryung just regenerates. He has regeneration powers. Bomb comments that he has human eyes, and somebody in the comments, I think it was Kulfu, mentioned that his eyes are similar to Wangnan and Karaka's, so could he potentially be a third prince? So that could be cool. Possibly he is. I actually kind of like that idea that Akryung is related to Karaka and Wangnan in some way. I actually like that idea a lot. But Akryung, just the way they were presented was so cool this chapter. He comments on Bomb's growth and says, you're going to need to grow more if you want to fight so hard. So again, being mysterious, disappearing out of there while maintaining the mysteriousness, all of it was really good. But yeah, Akryung warps out as Jordan arrives. Bomb recognizes Jordan as a fighting maniac, again showing that Bomb has actually taken time to learn about who his potential opponents are going to be. And we see from a flashback that Kun kind of planned some things out ahead of time. Kun, just like the first game of the Floor of Tests, decided, well, given the rules of this game, and given that the members of Yama's group are ranked via this, then it creates a lot of infighting, so all we have to do is make allies by saying, hey, work with us, then we can win and you can get a higher rank, and we're going to be able to win over Yama's own people to work with us. And it's a very good idea, actually, because we've seen that it has, in fact, caused a lot of infighting, and Jordan in particular doesn't really seem to care much about the infighting, but rather just being able to fight strong and unique enemies, because he mentions that even if you're a regular, I want to fight you because you're a Slayer candidate, and when else can I fight a Slayer candidate? That opportunity doesn't exactly present itself a lot. It's not that he doesn't like Bomb in any particular way, he just wants to fight interesting people. So I do like that. From there, Bomb offers Jordan, again, to win him over, he offers him a spot with him to go fight Zahard's army. He's like, even if we lose this bet with Yama, just join up with us, fight Zahard's army. There are bound to be tons of interesting fighters in Zahard's army, which kind of works. From what we've seen so far. But then this Combustion Man / Vision guy arrives. Those are the 2 fictional characters they remind me of. And a second one that looks exactly identical, at least from what I remember, intercepts Colden. I actually didn't really double check to make sure they looked identical exactly, but they looked identical to me, even reading through multiple times. I didn't pay heavy attention to it though. But they are described as the high priest's attendants, and the high priest works for the elder. So again, not Shua Arthur, who's a different sort of high priest. This is some other sort of high priest that works for FUG and is beneath the elder, and these are the attendants to whoever that high priest is. So I wonder if the high priest is going to be its own character, or if the high priest is the envoy that came. It's kind of weird because we haven't seen this translation for high priest in this context yet before, so just gotta wonder what exactly it's going to mean, and we're gonna have to see in the future. It's like when we first got introduced to Zahard's army stuff, and we were like, not sure about all these rank translations. We just have to kind of wait and see how it all fits together in the future. So from there, Bomb and Jordan dodge the Combustion Man blast. I love the blue war wings that Bomb uses. They look great. I've always loved the blue war, and the wings are cool. Jordan mentions that flying regulars are rare. So again, I like this because we've sort of brought up how during sort of, what was it, the last station arc, the only ones out there on the regular side of things were Bomb, Miseng, and Andrasi, because they all had a way to fly. But in the past, bringing up that regulars must be powerful because they can fly just builds up Luray even more, because Luray could fly way back on the second floor. He could fly during the final exam of Volume 1. And Irure and Bomb can also fly, so that's 3 that we know of. And I'm counting Bomb as flying on his own with no items or anything, because I'm counting the Blue War as just sort of his own power thing. Now, Andrasi and Miseng kind of don't really count, or I don't know how much Vespa counts. Vespa has wings though, so I think that might be kind of cheating, but hey, they can fly on their own via wings. You know what's interesting? Since Shinsu has this density property, flying via wings should be something that you would think a lot of people would learn to do because of the way Shinsu works. But either way, not sure if we should count Andrasi or Miseng because they each use items to fly. Miseng uses her observer and Andrasi uses the bong bong. So I'm not sure whether or not they really count as flying regulars. But he brings up that Bomb is rare because he can fly. So then Jordan activates the second form green furry beast on his arm, a partial transformation. He mentions that he has a third form. I love it. It looks cool. He's hilarious. He's great. The way he was like just showing it off, so happy and eager for Bomb to comment on his move. It was so good. Then Bomb shows off himself using the blue dragon, and Jordan's smile, even rereading, makes me laugh every single time because we see Bomb just take this dude out and then cut to Jordan's just happy smiley face. It's so good. But from there we go back to the other group that we've been watching. Kan Hong gets just put down by Paul. I think Kan Hong's going to survive though. I don't think she's going to die here because this kind of sets her up. Paul kills her friends. She already was sort of set up to be this arc character that wasn't on Bomb's side, but at the same time she wasn't on the side of the bad guys. And this kind of brings her over to where I think she is going to work with Bomb's team, because we see her friends get killed. She has a reason to go after this guy now. She has a reason to want to go against whatever her father's plans are, and we don't know how much Kanzone is involved with Paul, given that Kanzone, or one of his minions, is probably the one that gave the white fluffy creature thing to Lulu in the first place. But now she just has reason to help Bomb's team. I don't think she'll carry on past this arc. She'll probably still just be an arc character. But I do feel like she'll work with Bomb's team now. I feel like this chapter kind of set her up for that a bit more. Ranmei holds back Varagarv to keep him from attacking and just getting put down as well. Not sure if Varagarv would work with Bomb or not at this point, because we still don't know too much about his character. Paul then asks Apple for the Fang, and Apple's mouthing off to Paul. Why is Apple so tough all of a sudden? But Michael tells him all about the Elder's plan. He wants to wake up the brother, and the Elder wants Paul to rule the cage again. So I guess Paul was a former ruler despite being the youngest of the three brothers. So then, the end, Paul seemingly stabs Kun to help Michael's team. I definitely don't think Kun's gonna die. This is yet another fake-out death. But before I get into some theories and stuff, real quick, some blog stuff that I thought was kind of important. In the blog, CU says to be on the lookout for how Baum and Jordan's relationship develops. So I think that's hilarious. I really want more Baum and Jordan. They were hilarious this chapter. And he brings up something about Paul's movement being sort of like teleportation. So it's not that Paul was inside of the animal, it's that he was somewhere else. But he says that an animal has to serve as a receiver for Paul's movement. So I guess he can teleport to a certain place, and he mentions he needs the coordinates in general too. So I guess he can teleport to any place as long as there's an animal receiver for him. So yeah, really interesting power, I guess. So I guess Paul can just teleport around via animal. But yeah, some general thoughts after all that. Jordan is the best. Friggin' love it. Don't like Paul. Screw that guy. I don't know about Varagarv. But it does seem that Kan Hong and Jordan and Colden are probably all going to join Baum if Colden doesn't get taken out by this High Priest attendant, but I doubt they will. I like the way that Akryung was presented here. It was really good. Like I said, they stayed strong looking, mysterious looking. Everything about the way Akryung was presented just makes them way more interesting as a character. Like, I didn't really care that much about Akryung after Volume 1. I was like, they're just some musclehead, super powerful servant that Head-On or whatever has been using. But now, this makes them a lot more deep and interesting just from them being able to say a few short sentences. Yeah, this entire arc has made Akryung just a way more interesting character. And the thought that perhaps they could be related to Wangnan and Karaka. And then lastly, Kun will live, totally. It's just a fake-out death. I don't expect him to die here whatsoever. But how is that going to happen? Did he manage to tell him to teleport himself out? Did somebody else manage to teleport him out? Or one theory I had when rereading it a few times, what if the way that he gets out and avoids being stabbed and killed is via White Heavenly Mirror? We just saw that what's his face, Cheng is there, and Cheng was the last person we saw with the White Heavenly Mirror. So, if so, they could use it to stab Kun before Paul stabs Kun, and then he would get sucked into the knife, which would help him avoid the slash. So, my crackpot theory, White Heavenly Mirror dodge. Yeah. Or you could just, throw the knife at him, because we've seen before that you can throw the knife and it still works. So yeah, I'd give it 9.5 happy, wholesome boys out of 10. It was so good. I loved it. Everything about it. The action scenes were friggin' great. The comedy was really, really good. And there was some drama there too, but most of the people getting seriously hurt, other than Kun, who we know totally isn't going to die, are characters that we don't really know anything about to care much about anyway. But I feel like it sets up a lot for the future. Generally though, this arc has been great. Everything about it has been organized really well, I thought. So yeah, everything looks like it's building for even better stuff, and most importantly, more important to me than building to better stuff, is that something is just entertaining to read week to week, because if it's not entertaining to read week to week, what's even the point? So yeah. That's it, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, what you thought of my thoughts on it and all that. Subscribe for more. Tower of God, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel, or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us on Discord, just ask and I can give you a link. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.